Tracking the latest from Bangladesh, where just a while back the body of former Prime Minister Khaleda Zia was brought to her residence in Gulshan, where family members and relatives paid their last respects to her ahead of her namaz-e-janaza. In fact, thousands of supporters of the late Prime Minister flocked to Dhaka to pay their last respects to their leader. Remember that a state funeral will be held in Dhaka for Zia, the former Prime Minister and Bangladesh Nationalist Party chairperson, who passed away Tuesday at the age of 80 after a prolonged illness. The ceremony will take place at the Parliament South Plaza and the adjoining Manik Mia Avenue before she is laid to rest next to her husband, former Bangladesh President and BNP founder Ziaur Rahman. Global dignitaries are expected to attend the funeral procession and the funeral event, and amongst them will be External Affairs Minister Jaishankar, who will be in Dhaka today. Joining me live is Ankit Tyagi. Ankit, we believe that the mortal remains of Zia are at her residence as of now, as we speak. Just take us through what you're seeing around you, people coming from all over Bangladesh to Dhaka.
That's right. From all across the country at this moment, the people are coming here in Dhaka. All that you would see, this road, which is still about a kilometer from Parliament, from just opposite to the final resting place of Khaleda Zia, where she would be buried in just about a couple of hours from now. All roads are completely blocked, and all that you would see is a sea of humanity. Thousands and thousands of people, lakhs of them. The expectation is about 20 lakh people descending down in Dhaka at this moment. And if I keep going, and moment will just in fact pan up and show you that all these people are going for the namaz-e-janaza for Khaleda Zia. Only heads, you will only see heads here that are moving towards the Parliament building, where of course the namaz will be performed, and then later she will be buried right opposite to that. Tariq Rahman, her son, has been with the body of Khaleda Zia right from the time she was taken out a couple of hours back from the hospital, Evercare Hospital, and then taken to her residence, where the family members are in fact paying their tributes, their homage. A lot of people are here, those who are in fact going towards them, and it becomes a very important moment as far as the BNP is concerned, and along with that, the country, which is at the precipice of yet another important election in its march towards that elusive democracy, which keeps coming and going. As far as Bangladesh is concerned, this is going to be an important day, not only for, of course, the country bidding adieu, saying bye to one of their most important political figure in Bangladesh's history, the first woman Prime Minister, the woman who is seen as who brought back the democracy after the military had taken over post-independence in Bangladesh, and then 1991 she became the first woman Prime Minister, but also a woman who was the one of the poles of this bipolar battle of Beums that we saw for more than for almost 30 years here in 3 decades here in Bangladesh. On one end Khaleda Zia, and on the other Sheikh Hasina. Now this also, with her death and her burial today, this also brings to an end that battle of the Begums, where 80-year-old Khaleda Zia passed away after being in the hospital for more than 6 days in a critical situation yesterday. And then on the other hand is Sheikh Hasina, who had to flee the country, take shelter in India after her government was overthrown in that uprising that took place last year in July and August of 2024. This also, is a very important moment where her supporters would want to show a lot of strength. BNP, in a lot of polls, is leading, is expected to win the next election. Her son Tariq Rahman is now, the all-accepted leader of the BNP. He came back to the scene, the active political scene, just about 6 days back. And at this moment, all eyes are on him, how he takes the legacy forward, both of his father and the mother, because that has been one of the most powerful political dynasty here in Bangladesh.
You know, Ankit, you talk about this being the end of the Begum era in Bangladesh, of course, with Sheikh Hasina in India after she had to move away from Bangladesh at the point that she did, and with Khaleda Zia, of course, passing away. The responsibility lies squarely on the shoulders of Tariq Rahman, who just about made it in time before his mother passed away. Tell us more about the road ahead for Tariq ahead of the national elections in Bangladesh.
You're right, he just made, ahead of this very crucial election, and then also at a time where you are seeing Bangladesh getting ready for a very important election. This will define what shape the democracy in this country is going to take place after the demise of Khaleda Zia. Now, Tariq Rahman, remember, for last 17 years was in exile in United Kingdom. He was in London. He was sent by the military, the interim government and the military leadership at that point of time. While there were many cases of corruption and other charges, serious charges against him, he had to sign an affidavit that he will never return to Bangladesh. And then, of course, how things have changed. And at this moment, the country is looking at him for a very important time and to provide leadership in this phase. You know, importantly, Awami League has been banned. It's not fighting the elections. That was a party which, in fact, made itself as the centrist liberal party. The BNP was always a nationalist, Bangladesh first kind of a party. That's how Khaleda Zia, in fact, positioned it. And post that, now it will be for Tariq Rahman, who came back to a rousing welcome. There were a lot of people, those who his supporters, those who in fact that. When he touched down in Dhaka, he made all the right noises. He spoke about inclusivity. He also spoke about, taking Bangladesh forward. He said that he has a plan. He also used Martin Luther King and said that he also has a dream for Bangladesh where everybody together makes Bangladesh a progressive country. Now it would be on his shoulders to, in fact, make sure that happens, because we are talking about a very important time in Bangladesh, not just politically, but also in terms of the communal unrest that we have seen, attacks on the minorities that we have seen. And in that aspect, what is happening is a lack of a liberal party which can, in fact, give a sense of security, because the chief administrator at this moment, advisor Mohammad Yunus, has failed to give a sense of security specifically to the minorities, and that now will rest on Tariq Rahman's shoulders of the kind of legacy that he wants to, in fact, build, post the demise of his mother, who her legacy, of course, would be seen in many layers in Bangladesh and across the world as well.
Ankit, before I let you go, we are going to have the External Affairs Minister S. Jaishankar, who is going to be in Dhaka today for Zia's funeral. But his visit comes at a time when there is an obvious political vacuum in the country. And India will, of course, at this point have to recalibrate and watch very closely with all the developments happening in Dhaka.
I think with the Foreign Minister S. Jaishankar coming in Dhaka, it's already signaling the recalibration that India is doing, because the sense is it's not just about Khaleda Zia, it's also about the incoming government, which could be led by the BNP. And with the Foreign Minister coming in for that, it is going to be an important signal, some sort of a thaw that he would hope, because, Khaleda Zia's reign in Bangladesh India did not enjoy the best of the relationship, and the government also now with the foreign minister coming in, not only as a mark of respect but also signaling that they are willing to engage with the new BNP under Tariq Rahman for in fact better relations between both the countries, because at this moment there is no possibility of Sheikh Hasina to return or to have any political say. Her party also completely marginalized, banned here. India will have to do business with the incoming government, which looks like the BNP is in the lead.